Hi, my name is Rémi Picard, and today we're going to discuss a condition called gastric dilatation in the volvulus in dogs, also called GDV. So what is GDV? GDV, also called bloat, more commonly in the medical field, is seen as one of the most drastic and severe medical condition, simply because it is very fast deadly, and the patient will manage to survive more than a couple of hours, and because it is extremely difficult and sensitive to treat. Any case of GDV, either confirmed or suspected, will be seen as an immediate emergency and in a life or death condition. We will now discuss what is a GDV, what can trigger it, what dogs are more at risk, how to treat it, and how to prevent it. So what is a GDV? In short terms, a GDV in one of the stomachs gets distended and flip on itself, making it possible for anything, food, liquid or gas, to escape it. The stomach then inflates, and the term bloat, cut in own blood supply and create a blood circulation shock by compressing major blood vessels of the dog, reducing blood supply to the heart. The patient will be in tremendous pain, and life expectancy is a couple of hours at most without drastic medical attention. In some cases, a spleen that is laying against the stomach will also be flipped. You can see on this picture that the stomach and the spleen are glued together, if we want to say. So what is GDV? In short term, a GDV is when the stomach gets distended and flip on itself, making it impossible for anything, including food, liquid or gas, to escape it, as you can see on the GIF on the right here. The stomach then inflates, and the term bloats, cutting its own blood supply and create a blood circulation shock by compressing major blood vessels on the back of the dog, reducing blood supply to the heart. The patient will be tremendous pain and life expectancy is a couple of hours at most, without drastic medical attention. In some cases, the spleen, laying against the stomach, on these pictures you can see, will also flip with the stomach. And here you can see two major blood vessels, the abdominal aorta and the renal aorta, that can be also compressed when the stomach is inflated. So how to recognize GDV and what are the symptoms? Well, the signs of GDV are very characteristic and have to be taken extremely seriously. If you think your pet might experience GDV, please bring your pet immediately to an emergency animal hospital to be taken care of. One of the most characteristic symptoms is a very distended and hard to touch abdomen, retching, gagging but unable to vomit, excessive drooling because of both nausea and pain, a very painful abdomen causing excessive panting, and a dog being restless and unable to sit or lay down for more than a few seconds at a time. You also will see a general discomfort and distress on your dog. After a while, your dog will collapse and just lay lateral, unable to do anything else. Because GDV is a very time-sensitive medical emergency, diagnostic has to be really fast and efficient. The best way to diagnose a GDV after a physical examination is to do a one-view lateral abdominal radiograph. As you can see in these pictures, the stomach is very inflated and there is no other diagnostic possible with that. We can also do a fast abdominal ultrasound called AFAST, A for abdominal and FAST for fast ultrasound. It can also be done, however the results might not be as easy to read. Because the stomach is full of gas, the ultrasound will not come back to the probe. So we're going to be unable to read anything behind the stomach wall. Once the dog is confirmed with GDV, what do we do? Well, there is only one way to fix GDV, and it's going to go straight to surgery. Medication and hospitalization can help with the pain and the discomfort, but will not restore proper blood circulation and will not flip the stomach back in position. So medication can be given to the dog for him to feel more comfortable, but surgery has to be done immediately. During surgery, the doctor will flip the stomach back in place, and will also assess the damages caused either by the blood supply being restricted, and also because of the organs being compressed. If needed, the spleen can be removed, and pieces of the stomach can also be removed if, for example, they are being necrotic. Because GDV is an emergency and need to be treated immediately, each case will be different, so it is kind of difficult to establish a reliable survival rate. So, is my dog at risk for GDV? So on the paper, any single dog can be at risk for GDV. However, large breed dogs, especially deep-chested breeds, represent a huge majority of the cases. GDV has shown to have genetic complement as well, meaning that the offspring of a dog had GDV will also be more prone to get GDV later on in life. Breeds such as Great Dane, St. Bernard, Doberman, Irish Setter, Boxers, or Newfoundlands, for example, are more susceptible to develop GDV one day, especially as they get older. The very trigger that starts GDV is still unknown, but it is believed that dogs eating abnormally large amount of food or being too active after eating can increase the risk sensitively. Excessive stress and anxiety might also be a trigger. For example, a dog in his pictures was a 12-year-old boxer. He was about 80 pounds, I believe. And it was a patient I worked with a few years ago in my previous work. He was with us for a few days for a leg surgery after a broken leg. And he was extremely nervous, and overnight he inhaled a lot of hair, and his stomach filled with hair and flipped. We did surgery on him, he survived surgery, and he passed away the day after, probably because of a blood clot caused by the obstruction of the blood flow. Dogs larger than 100 pounds, or 45 kgs, are considered to have 20% chance of developing GDV one day in life. So if, like me, big dogs make you happy and you want to have a big dog one day, how do you keep your dog safe from GDV? Well, there's a few things you can do on a daily basis that will help prevent GDV from happening. Feeding more smaller meals through the day instead of one or two big meals. Feeding your dog in a slow feeding bowl, so your dog eats slower and won't inhale that much hair while he's eating. And avoiding excessive stress or exercise right after feeding your dog. However, if you have a large breed dog, there is a way to sensitively reduce the risk of GDV and increase the risk of survival if it happens. And this is a surgery called gastroplexy. Most of the time we do gastroplexy on dogs when we neuter or spay them, so we can do everything in one time. A gastroplexy is an abdominal surgery where we simply surgically suture the stomach to the body wall. This way the stomach is kept in place and will not be flipped, even if it went to enlarge and be distended. Dogs with gastroplexy have a survival chance of about 81% when facing GDV, when dogs without GDV have less than 30% chance of survival. It's also good to know that dogs who experience a GDV one day will probably have another one later in life. Here are my references, and thank you for listening to me.